Star Trek Lower Decks Season number 2. That's right, folks. For some reason, well, I know the reason. It's because CBS is throwing a shit ton of money into the Star Trek wagon, hoping it's going to be the next MCU. We got a second season of Lower Decks. And before we get into the review of that, I want to stipulate something about modern Trek, because I know there's people that like it. People didn't like it. There wouldn't be 4 seasons of Discovery. There wouldn't be a second season of Picard. There wouldn't be countless other shows on the horizon. Modern Trek is very fascinating because it just doesn't really capture the right flavor as other Trek periods. I don't know why. It feels like it's just trying to do something that isn't inherent to the Star Trek brand at times. So I'm not a big fan of it. What is it, Strange New Worlds that's coming out? That's the one that excites me for the live action stuff, but as it stands, the only modern Star Trek stuff that I'm actively pursuing is the animated thing. And that's Lower Decks, because I know what Lower Decks is. This isn't supposed to be the brilliant piece. It's supposed to be the fanfare comedy that has the reference to stuff you like, that is cute. That's all this is supposed to be. And it works. This show is genuinely fun. It goes to a lot of interesting places that are new to Star Trek, but very familiar to the genre as a whole. You like all the characters in a way that you're not expecting them to. Of course, some of them are these classic tropey characters, but a lot of interesting stuff works from that. And you generally feel this like compulsion to like these characters and do some cool stuff with them, which is very impressive to see. This show surprised me in the way that it handles itself sometimes, mainly because when it goes for the joke, it goes for the joke. And some of those comedic moments are going to be skewered to the more raunchy and silly and over-the-top stuff that I know not a lot of people are going to love. There's going to be people that like it and think it's funny because, hey, Star Trek is nothing but a parody of itself at times. If we can't laugh at it, we shouldn't respect it with high regards. And that's fine. But even so, when it's trying to do like its Rick and Morty thing and be like that cute referential show, it can get serious too. There's a great relationship between the captain and Mariner, just seeing the way those develop. There's a great arc at the beginning of the season where Boimler is still dealing with the ramifications of being on the Titan. I think that's really cool. Rutherford, again, he still delves into that part of himself where it's like, can he make new memories or does he forget the people he cares about? And sometimes it's played up for jokes, but other time you're like, this is a starship. These are people in active duty. So we have to have these serious moments sometimes. It actually works really well. It balances the two in a very good way that works really well for this kind of a show, and I'm very impressed with what we got. Like, the outing that we saw this season was very impressive. All 10 episodes were different. They were very fun, very energetic. I do really like the one where we have to like run the simulations to boost up our morale and boost up our scores, and Boimler is trying so hard to get 100% on one thing, and when he does, he can't actually leave the simulation because it's all like it's great. It's just really funny. It plays into some great themes that I'm really enjoying. Again, one of my favorite characters in this show, I think she might be my favorite character. I think Mariner's great. That type of lead, it works for a comedy show like this because it's going to be that unflawed hero that thinks they're better than everybody, but maybe they are. And I think when you're doing that in live action, it doesn't work like it does in animated. So seeing her portrayal, I think it's very authentic, very good. I think it's a fun take on that world, and it's really exciting to see that. Without getting too much into spoilers, I do want to say that the finale to this is really good. Like, that's the kind of thing you want to see in Star Trek, is that big, that badass of a finale where it's just the culmination of this show. Everything has been leading to this moment with all of our characters, and the storylines work. It's just great to see that. It works so well. And I gotta say, I don't know how much money CBS and Paramount are putting into this show, but the animation is solid. Like, it's so fluid, it's so gorgeous. The cutaways are gorgeous. The focus and out of focus shots are great. The intense action sequences are so great. Like, you feel that there was a lot of money thrown behind this, and this is just the silly animated property. That's really cool to see, that this type of genre of, science fiction can have some weight behind it and do some cool stuff with its visual effects. Like, it looks really good. There isn't a bad looking moment in this show. Everything just flows perfectly. It looks perfectly. Does every joke land? No, of course not. Not every joke's gonna land for you, but you still enjoy these characters, you enjoy the worlds being a part of, and it's just some really fun Star Trek. And that's all this needs to be right now, because of course this era of Star Trek is very controversial. People like it or people don't. So having something like this that's just kind of silly and playing against itself, I'm on board for. Just get weird with it, have fun with it, do some crazy stuff, and enjoy being a part of Star Trek. That's all I need to see. This show continues to impress me. I am very blown away by what we're seeing this far into it. It's only the second season, and yes, it has been renewed, but it's impressive, and it's cool to look at, and it's fun Star Trek, and the references are great, the humor is great. You like the characters for their faults and everything about them. It's a great follow-up to the first season because we're getting new stuff in it, some fun characterizations, and just seeing the world explored in a new way. So that's very exciting, and I cannot wait to see what comes next from Modern Trek. Prodigy looks great, and I like it. I'm a Lower Decks fan. It's the best of the modern Star Trek in my opinion, and that's some damn good Star Trekking. So, Star Trek Lower Decks Season number 2, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.